Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to show you how you can make your own portfolio tracker without having to pay some company or in some application to track your portfolio. Not any better than an Excel sheet can do it. And this format works on Google Sheets. It works on the Apple equivalent, but I just really like to use Microsoft Excel. This is the portfolio tracker that I personally made for myself, for my own portfolio, and I just decided to share it with you today. I think it can really be helpful, especially for you new investors that really like to put money into ETFs. This tracker also works for individual companies, but my channel is mainly about ETFs, so I'm just going to stick to it. But right here, instead of the ETF numbers, you can just write your individual company. It works the exact same way. The only difference is individual companies do not have expense ratios, so you remove them from later calculations. Most of them have yields, so you just have to add them, but the concept will be the same. So in this video, you'll learn how to make a fully automated beginner portfolio tracker that will be more than useful, and it's going to be more than enough for most of you guys. Unless you're an professional investor that needs a lot of information, this will be more than you need. So the first section we're going to be looking at is this one. That's basically the stock market information. You write the stock, the ticker symbol that you use. All of them are ETFs, but as I said, individual companies work. The type, so growth, foundational, rights, international, equity or dividends. Bonds, if you're into bonds. I'm not into bonds, but for those of you who are, you can even add them. The volume and the price. So those are the only two things that you're going to have to change every month in your Excel sheet. So basically, let's say at the beginning of each month, when you go in to put some money into the stock market, all you do is after you invest, you change the current price with the volume. So basically the numbers of share you have of each stock, and everything else in the tracker will be automatically changed. The expense ratio and dividend yield, so basically you have to change these just once per year. Once every year you review them using Yahoo Finance, investing.com, basically whichever website you want to use, and you change them accordingly. But many of them do not change, and those who change do not do big jumps. So what you want to do here to finish this section actually is just make a product equation here in the value section. So all you want to do is write equal product. You basically want to select C3 and D3, enter, and you will do the exact same. You can just copy paste it, Control C and Control V, and Excel will automatically take the cells that are next to it. So let's say I bought stocks here, I bought shares there. They would automatically be calculated into the value according to the current price of the stock. And so this section is basically done now. There's one thing I want to talk to you about. You just saw how I have some stocks colored in purple, some stocks colored in blue. And the reason for that will be later on. As you know, some ETFs and some stocks pay quarterly and others pay monthly. So I just colored them later on because they will be useful in this table right here. So basically this table is done. That's just the basic stock market information. The second table we're going to look at is the funds section, and that's basically how much money you have in each category. So for growth, you just want to write equal sum. You're just going to select the value and not the volume. It's not going to help you much, the volume or the price. You want the value of both ETFs, growth ETFs that you have. If you have more, then you select more. That's how easy it is. You have less, you just select the one. And you will do the same for all of them. For the foundation, I just used SPLG and VTI. For the dividend equity, I used SCHD and DGRO. Those are not necessarily the ETFs I'm invested in. Those are just the ones I used for the easiest examples. You do the same for rights, so sign, right equal sign. And for the international, I wrote VXUS and VYMI. VYMI is actually a international dividend ETF, which I think is really good, so check it out if you don't know about it. And so basically here, every time you buy a stock, I value like an idiot. Hold on a second. Control C and Control V. So basically every time you change the volume, everything else will change. So whether it's the value, the current value that you have, or the value in the fund section. So that's it for now. For the yearly yields and expenses, that's basically very easy. It's basic math. You just want to multiply the value of each ETF with its dividend yield, and you're going to add all of them together. I'll probably cut to where I'm finished because you actually got to do this manually. There's probably an equation, but I just like to do them manually to make sure everything's right. So basically E3 times G3 plus, you just gotta do the same thing for all of them. So what I do sometimes is I just Control C this, and I just copy and paste, and all I have to do at the end is just change the number of the cell. This way, you can finish them. I wrote twice. You can basically finish them earlier. So I'm just going to cut to where I am finished, but as you can see, it doesn't take much time. And so as you can see, I'm basically done. It literally took me 60 seconds. That's the equation. You just add them all together. When you press enter, it is done. Now, obviously, we don't have any value. We haven't bought any shares. But when you do, everything will be written directly. So we're just going to add numbers later on. Let's just finish the calculations. For the yearly expenses, well, you're basically going to do the same thing, but instead of the G section, you will multiply E with the F section, which is the expense ratio of every ETF. So a little trick you can use is just copy-paste this one. Don't forget to press enter or else everything will go. Paste it here, and instead of a G, all you have to do is write F, and it will be over. I'm just going to do it in front of you, just so you can see how fast it is. When you do this, you're multiplying the value with the expense ratio without really wasting much time. When you do this, you'll have the yearly yield and the yearly expenses. So now what you're going to do is you're actually going to calculate your net yearly income. Now you're going to tell me, well, that's pretty easy. All you have to do is subtract the yearly yield with the yearly expenses. Well, not really. It's a little more complicated because dividends are taxed, as you know. And it depends on where you live and what deal your government has. I am a non-US resident, and my country does not have a deal with the US, which means I pay 30% in taxes on my dividends, which is a lot. So what I'm going to do here is equals M2, which is the yearly yield. I'm going to multiply it by 0.7 because that's basically how much I get, because 30% stays with the IRS, minus M3, which is the yearly expense. And, oh, well, what's the problem? Oh, I shouldn't have put a... Okay, 1 second. Just going to remove it, and boom, it's done. Don't put parentheses after the M3. We're just going to put numbers later on, but you can just see it here. M2 multiplied by 0.7 minus M3, you'll have the net yearly income. For the portfolio value, that's actually very easy. You just got to add all of the funds together. You can also use the E section, but I like everything to be connected to the funds section. And that's going to be the portfolio value right there. Now we're going to add graphs all over this white section so everything becomes visually more appealing. But first, we got to finish this section right here. What's this section? So this one will basically tell you how much money you'll make per month or per quarter, depending on the color that we use. The last time I checked, FCHH is the only one of these that pays monthly. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, no problem. You just adapt the equations depending on that. So for January, pay attention to the equation because you need to first calculate the yearly yield. So it's going to be E7 times G7. That's for the yearly yield. Then you're going to multiply it by 0.7 because that's how much stays with me per year. Oh, hold on a second. Because the IRS takes 30%. And after that, you're going to divide it by 12. Why by 12? Because when you multiply E7 times G7, you get the dividends per year. To get it per month, you gotta divide it by 12, basically. So we're just gonna press enter. Right now it's 0, obviously. And what I'm gonna do here is select it in order to copy paste it into all the months for monthly ETFs. For the quarterly section, it's a little more complicated because you just gotta be careful. You're going to divide everything by 4 except the monthly ETF. You still got to divide it by 12, because if you're dividing these by 12, you're not getting divided by 4 here. You're still getting the same number. See what I mean? So you got to divide all the others by 4, but this one you still divide it by 12. So basically what I like to do is go to the yearly yield. I select, one second. I select all of it. Copy. Don't forget to press enter. What I do is I paste it, and when I paste it, I go to the section above, because basically what you're going to do is you're going to go into each parentheses, do new parentheses of your own, because you got to divide each one by how much is needed. So here, I'm going to divide by 4, because it's QQQM. Here, I'm going to do the same. So I'm just going to... Oh no, I gotta do it manually. So I'm just gonna cut where I'm done, because it's gonna take just a little more time than usual. Okay, so I am done here, and you can check it out. So basically it's the exact same equation, but for every value of the ETF I'm dividing by 4, except for the one that has STHH, which pays monthly, I divided it by 12. That's the only exception. And at the end, I multiply by 0.7 because that's how much I keep with me. Press enter. Obviously, there's nothing for now. I'm just gonna... I think you gotta do it from here. I'm just gonna... No. Hold on. I'm just gonna select it very carefully. And I'm just gonna copy and paste it in every quarter. And let's say you add ETFs right here, then you can add them into the calculation. Once you know how to do them, it gets much easier. So let's try and add a few shares, shall we? So let's say QQQM, I bought 6. SCHG, let's say I bought 58, let's go. SPLG, I bought 35. BTI, let's say I have none. SCHH, let's say I have 4, VNQ none. Let's say I'm not into international stocks yet. STHD, let's say I bought 80. Why not? You know what? I like VNQ. Let's go for 2. Alright, so as you can see here, the value is automatically calculated. The value into the funds is automatically calculated. The yearly yield is calculated automatically, the yearly expenses, the net yearly income, which is this times 70% minus the yearly expense, and the value of your portfolio. I just invested $7,534, which is not bad. And right here, you can see I know how much I'm going to get paid every month. So for January and February, it's not really something very important. But per quarter, I'm getting paid pretty decently, $30 per quarter. That gets me, let's say, another share into SCHD, which is not bad at all. Now, something we're going to add are pie charts and graphs to make things visually more appealing and easier to read. So what you're going to do is focus on the funds section. So you're going to focus on this. You're going to go into insert a pie chart, a 2D pie chart right here. Let's get all here. You're going to go into the chart style, and you're going to change the style to what you want. I like it to be written, so I'm just going to go here exactly. What you're going to do is you're going to change the title to whatever you want. I just write portfolio. There's no need to write, oh, wrong. There's no need to write anything else, but you do what you want to do. And for each section, I'm just gonna bold it and make it a bit bigger so things are clearer. This chart, this pie chart, will basically tell you the percentage of each fund in regards to your portfolio. For the international, I still have nothing because I did not invest into international yet in this example, but I did invest in everything else. As you can see, this chart is automatically connected to the fund section. So let's say I go into VXUS and I buy 10 shares. It will be automatically updated into the pie chart right here. So let's do this. Oh, hold on a second. Select it. Here you go. So in this example, I have 35% of my portfolio into growth ETFs, 29% into foundational, 25% in equity, 3 in rights, and 8 in international. And my portfolio value right now is 8,000, basically almost 8,200, which is not bad at all. So that's for the pie chart. Now we're going to use the fund section for something else. We're just going to go into the columns and do like a bar graph, a small bar graph. And what this one will do is it will basically tell you how much money in numbers you have in each fund. Now you'll tell me, well, hold on, you can see them into the fund section right here. Well, yeah, but I like to see them in a chart. It's more professional, it's more appealing, it's easier to read probably for some people. So add them since you have space. You won't regret it. So what you want to do here is change the color of each bar according to what it is in the pie chart. So for growth, it's right. For the foundation, it should be orange. For the equity, it should be green. For the rights, it should be light blue. And for the international, should be purple, if I'm not mistaken. Right. Here you go. So here you can see the percentage of each one to your portfolio, and here you can see how much you have in numbers according to your portfolio. And I use these basically to know how much I should add every month. So let's say I like an even 30 split, 30-30-30 between the big three, growth, foundational, and equity. So for next month, I know that I should add more into dividend and equity and less into growth in order to even things out. Let's say I want rights at 5 and international at 5%, then I know that I have to add more here and less there. And to know how much I should add, I can use the bar graph, or I can simply use the funds section right here. So I'm just gonna style things a little bit. Basically, the beauty of this tracker is you can style things however you want. You can just do something you like, something that resembles you. I just like to keep things simple. That's why I'm doing it this way. There's definitely someone watching this video who knows how to do it much better and is probably gonna say things in the comments. Now for this section, what you want to do, you want to select it and you're going to go insert and you're going to add not a histogram, I think it's a line, I think it's this one, yep. So you're going to add this graph. You can add another one, I just add something you can visually see easier. And I like the dark mode. I'm also going to change. This is going to be monthly payouts. And as you can see, it shows you how much money you're making per month. Now, obviously, most of us will have more money quarterly than we will do monthly. That's normal because most ETFs and even most individual stocks pay quarterly. Very few stocks or ETFs pay monthly, actually. So most graphs are going to look this way. You can style it, you can put something else if you want. I just like this one. And so, guys, that is it. I'm not really sure how big the video is, but that's how easy it is to do a portfolio tracker. That's basically going to be more information than many of you are going to use. Again, if you're like an experienced investor or professional investor, you're going to need more than that. But for most of us who just like to buy ETFs or stocks and wait for long-term gains, that's more information than you'll never ever need. And as you can see, everything is completely automated. So all you do, let's say, well, we're at the end of May now. Let's say I enter June and I'm going to buy. Let's say the prices are more or less the same. The prices didn't really move in this week. But let's say I added a little bit more on QQQM. I didn't buy SCHG. Let's say I bought SPLG. I didn't buy into VTI, but I added a bit more into STHH. I didn't buy international, but I added some in DGRO. And as you can see, everything automatically changed. Whether it's the monthly payouts, whether it's the fund section, whether it's the portfolio value, the net yearly income, the expenses, everything completely changed. Now, if you want to verify that this section is correct, all you have to do is sum these up, and they should be the net yearly income plus the yearly expenses. So if we sum these, it should be basically 149, or basically $150. So let's do it actually, equals sum. That's just to verify these, and yep, it's basically $150, which is the net yearly income plus the yearly expenses. So that's just a way to check if the calculations are correct. So guys, that's it. That's how easy it is. I hope this video helped you out. That's a very clean sheet in my opinion. That's enough information for most of us. And as I said, you can use it for individual stocks as well. I really hope this video helped you out, and I really hope it saved you some money. So you don't have to pay some portfolio tracker to track your portfolio. And that is it. So if you enjoyed, please subscribe, like, comment if you have any ideas, things I can add, some things I missed, maybe I did something wrong. Don't hesitate to write it in the comments. And thank you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.